Good afternoon. There are three things that are top of my mind today. First is, am I going to be able to afford groceries? Am I going to be able to keep food on the table for my family throughout the winter? Second thing, am I going to be able to afford my utilities and keep the house warm, keep the power on throughout the winter? And the third thing, am I going to be able to afford my healthcare insurance? Make sure that if, God forbid, something happens to my family or myself, we'll be able to go to a doctor and be able to afford that. Now, I know all of the headlines right now are filled with releasing the Epstein files, okay? And I understand how that is important to a lot of people as far as keeping the presidential regime accountable to a lot of things. But you know what? We kind of already know what's in the Epstein files. We know who our president is. And releasing those files isn't going to address any of those other issues. It's not going to put food on the table. It's not going to help with utility bills. It's not going to help with healthcare. And while Congress is occupied with that, and clearly that's their priority, my priority is making sure that people do have food, that we do have the utilities, that we keep the power on. There's a lot of things that we can do at a community level and the state level to help with those things. In the immediate course right now for food, there's lots of organizations that are there to help people keep food on the table. We keep families fed, make sure that people are not going hungry in the richest country in the world. Whether it is FoodLink or one of the food pantries that are throughout the Finger Lakes, there is support there, and the community always comes together for that. It's not the most efficient thing. It's not as good, honestly, as SNAP is, and I know that a lot of people have problems with SNAP, and SNAP has problems itself. We can make that better at the federal level, but not right now, apparently, because that's not the priority for Congress. For utility bills, we can make sure that people have better rates. We can have better regulation over that, and we should, because those companies are making billions in dollars in profit, and yet the service is not always the most reliable or resilient. And as far as healthcare is concerned, there's lots of things we can do for healthcare. For instance, we can, at the state level, pass the New York Health Act and make sure that everybody has healthcare coverage, that everybody is covered. And so that if something happens, you just go to your doctor. You don't have to worry about a copay or a deductible. And you just get the care that you need. And there's lots of other things that we can do at the state level to make sure that, what is the best way to make sure everybody can afford food and utilities and housing costs and every other cost that we have. The best thing we can do is make sure that we have jobs in our state, in every area, that are actually good paying jobs, and we've got plans for that. And we have ways of encouraging new businesses to come in. So I don't understand it. Everybody is going crazy for the Epstein files, but what's really affecting Americans right now, what is really affecting people in the Finger Lakes right now, are all of these high costs and how we're going to meet those. How are we going to get more businesses in? How are we going to be able to afford all of our bills? Good paying jobs is a good start. Making sure that people can afford all these things is a great start. Well, those are my priorities. That's what I will be working for in the New York State Senate after I get elected next year in 2026, thanks to you. So, again, my name is Scott Comegys. I'm running for New York State Senate for the 54th District. That is all of Livingston, Ontario, and Wayne counties and part of Monroe County. Running in 2026, I'm looking for your support. And now you know some of my priorities as we go forward. All right. Thanks very much.